Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation with me, Coach Michelle, on this beautiful winning Wednesday. Happy first day of July to each and every one of you. If you are celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, or any other thing that you're celebrating, I want to say happy whatever that thing is. Y'all listen, if you're in the DMV area, please make sure you stay hydrated. It is currently 99 degrees outside, okay? So if you hear my AC running, I'm sorry, but it's too hot to be sitting up in here not having some cool air blowing. Now, before I jump into today's topic, which is right on time because it is the first day of July, but it's also the first day of the third quarter of the year. Y'all, this year's moving on. It's moving on. So before I get into the topic, welcome. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you're new here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to tap the bell. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with somebody that can use this encouragement. If this is not your first rodeo, welcome back. Y'all know I miss you. I don't get a chance to see you. And as always, I do offer, if you're new here, I do offer a free 1-hour coaching session. That is your hour to talk about whatever it is that you need to talk about. Maybe you need some clarity, maybe you need some encouragement, maybe you just need prayer. It doesn't matter. That 1 hour is your time. Please reach out to me and we can set up a time. We can do it Zoom, we can do it by phone, or if you're in the DMV area, we can meet up and do it in person, but you have 1 full hour of my pure undivided time. Okay, just know that. Now, my topic for today, it's halftime. What are you going to do? Let me say that again. It's halftime. What are you going to do? You see, in sports, halftime isn't the end of the game. It's the moment when great teams make adjustments. So today is halftime. The question isn't what happened in the first half. The question is, what adjustments are you willing to make? I have 3 points, a takeaway, and I promise I'm gonna let you be. Number one, stop looking in the rearview mirror. Stop looking in the rearview mirror. Where I'm sitting right now, if I were to put my truck in drive and I'm driving forward, I need to be looking forward. If I'm looking here in the rearview mirror to see what's behind me, I can't see what's in front of me. And that's the problem with a lot of people. You can't move forward because you're too busy looking back at what was. Some people are still living in January, and that's sad, but some people really are. They're replaying the mistakes, failed relationships, missed opportunities, or financial setbacks. You can't drive forward while staring backward. Paul reminds us in Philippians 3:13, forgetting those things, y'all know the scripture, which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. Don't carry the weight of the first 6 months into your next 6 months. Let me pause right there. Everybody did not have a first 6 months of the year. Mine did not go exactly as planned in some areas, but there were many areas that I exceeded what I thought for myself. But, you know, it could be better. But what I need you to not do is carry the weight of the things that did not go right between January and June into July through December. Because doing that will cause you not to reach the goals that you set for yourself. Number two, third quarter is competition time. Third quarter is championship time. Championship teams don't panic. They adjust. And so you have to ask yourself, what worked? What didn't work? What needs change? What habits must end? What new discipline must begin? Success rarely comes from wishing. It comes from consistent daily decisions. And you know what, as I think about that, that's really what I wrote down in my notes. Success does not come from wishing. You can sit and wish all day long. You can wish that you were 20 pounds lighter, but if you're not consistently doing something, i.e. eating healthier or exercising, that 20 pounds is not gonna come off. It just isn't. You can wish to be the president of your own company, but if you're not actively starting that company and doing the things to get that company off the ground, it's just a wish. I don't know about you, but I don't live on wishes. I may have a thought and then I'm putting pen to paper and I create action items to get to where I want to be. So, number 3, last but not least, stop waiting for the perfect time. One of the enemy's favorite words is what? Later. The enemy loves dropping that word later into our spirits. Later, I'll start. Later, I'll save. Later, I'll forgive. Later, I'll write the book. Later, I'll launch the business. Later becomes next year. And let's pause right here for a second. How many times have you said, you know what, I'm going to do A, B, C, X, Y, Z, but I'll do it later? And there's no reason why you can't do it in that moment. I'll give you a perfect example, and I can be transparent with you. My goal today was to contact the University of Maryland Student Services because I need to find out how many more credits I need to graduate and get my bachelor's degree, because I put this off too long, and I can be honest about that. And I started to do it earlier, but then I said, you know what, I'll do it later. And before I knew it, the day got away from me, and it was 4 o'clock. So now I've got to do it tomorrow because Friday is a holiday. If I don't do it tomorrow, and I'm going to do it tomorrow morning, then I'm going to have to wait till Monday. And I've been saying later, 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 and here I am several years later still trying to finish up this degree, because I actually have decided, and I know, Lord, only you can help make this come to pass, but I have decided I want to finish my bachelor's degree so I can go on and get a master's. And then from there, I am determined that I will have a PhD. I am determined to do that, because counseling, that whole field right there, that's where I'm living right now. And that's what I want for myself. And some people may say, well, Michelle, do you really need a PhD? No, I don't really need one, but I want one. It's an accomplishment or a goal that I've set for myself, and I'm going to do what I need to do to get what I want, because I owe it to myself. Just like whatever it is that you want, you owe it to yourself. But I just wanted to share that whole thing about how the enemy drops that word later. I have a good friend of mine that always uses that term. I need to do ABCXYZ. Yeah, you know what? I'll do it later. And I'll say, well, you always say that. Just do it now. Why can't you do it now? Well, I don't really feel like doing it right now. Well, how are you going to feel like doing it later if you don't even feel like doing it right now? So, Ecclesiastes 9 and 10, the Bible says, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. So whatever that thing is that you've been given to do, you need to give it all that you have. Your future isn't waiting on another calendar. It's waiting on today's obedience. Can I say that again? Your future, my future, our future isn't waiting on another calendar year. It's waiting on today's obedience. Because you can wait for another month, another year, another century, another decade. But if you're not obedient, you're never going to get that thing that you've been waiting for. And so I want to leave you with this challenge. Before today ends, and I'm talking about today, so if you're not watching this on the 1st of July, maybe you're watching it on the 2nd or the 3rd, doesn't matter. But before the day ends, I want you to complete one thing that you've been avoiding. One thing. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's big or small or in between, but I want you to find one thing that you have been avoiding for whatever reason, and I want you to complete it. So I want you to make one phone call, write one chapter, one workout, one application, one prayer. You see, momentum begins with movement. Momentum cannot begin until you start to move. And that's just reality. Again, let's go back to wanting to lose weight. Until you decide to move, the weight is not going to go anywhere. Until you decide to make some better choices in your eating, the weight is not going to go anywhere but up. So you've got to do the work. And I tell people this all the time. God will do his part. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here. I was enjoying my caramel iced coffee from McDonald's. But God will do his part. But we have to do ours. And here's what I believe to be true. There are a lot of times where God is saying, listen, I want to do so much for Michelle. I want to do so much for Barry. I want to do so much for Carmen and Judy and Kathy and Bob and Jake, whoever all those people are. I want to do so much for them, but I need them to do their part. God sometimes is standing there going, well, look, I'm waiting on you. Maybe his arms are folded, saying, listen, I'm going to do my part, but I need you to do your part. You want that job, you've got to do your part. You've got to put in the application. God's not going to submit an application on your part. Now, he will make it such that the right people get your application, and they see something in your application that says, hey, we need this person. But you've got to do your part. You've got to apply for the job. Just like with the interview, God will make it such that you will show up and you will shine so bright those people will want to have you working on their team, but you've got to show up to the interview. So all I'm saying is do your part. God's going to take care of his part. He's just waiting for you and I to do our part. Y'all, that's it. That's all I have. But again, it's halftime. What are you going to do? I don't know how the first part of the year started out for you, but I do know it can be much better. And even if you started out on a good note, it can be even better. I started out, let me just share this with you really quickly, but I started out this year, like I said, I have a couple of areas that I did not do as well as I wanted to do, but it was because I didn't do my part. But then there were other areas of my life in terms of my journals and devotionals that I've been creating that I far exceeded anything that I could have imagined, and came up with ideas that I didn't even have when I started the year out in January. So I'm excited about that. I've exceeded in, like I said, and the link is in the description box. Please make sure you all are getting your journals and devotionals. For those of you that have gotten your copies, thank you so very much. I love it when I get my report and I see I have sales. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't do what I do without each and every one of you. But like I said, I've got to now go back to the drawing board, and I'm not going to wait till tomorrow. I'm not going to wait till later after I finish eating my dinner. Or while I'm eating my dinner, I'm going to sit down and put pen to paper and write down what worked, what didn't work, what adjustments can I make, what can I do more, what can I do less of, so that I can plan out the rest of my year and not just be fumbling in the dark. It's just like these glasses, well, they're readers, but if I take them off, I won't even be able to see myself in the camera on my phone. If I take them off and I go out in the middle of the street and look down the street, all I see is a blur. I don't want to be fumbling around in the dark. I don't want to be I want to walk by faith and not by sight. But in order to do that, I have to do my part. And actually, I was going somewhere, but it slipped my mind. But anyway, you get where I'm going with this, y'all. Let me take another sip. Hold on. And let me get on back in the house so I can eat my dinner. But y'all, again, this is the second half. What are you going to do? What are you going to do differently? The best is yet to come. I just need you to believe it and start doing what you need to do to make the rest of this year an amazing experience. I love you all to the moon and back. There's nothing that you can ever do to change it. I love you too much to let you stay the way you are, which is why I pour into you each and every chance that I get. If you have a topic that you would like for me to talk about, please feel free to reach out. Let me know, and I will do my best to make that happen for you. I won't tell anybody that you said or you asked the question unless you want me to. It'll be our little secret. And yeah, y'all, great things are coming. Great things are coming. We just have to do our part. Love you all, and we will talk again on Friday.